It's girlfriend.
And boyfriend. And we are here today to make something truly special. Youtiao. It's a Chinese fried dough stick. How would you describe it, Shirley?
Chinese fried dough stick. Yo means oil in Chinese, and tiao means like, it's not really stick, it's like used to describe things that are
Anything
thin
that's
and long.
long.
People will describe it as a Chinese fried donut, but it's not sweet. It's a little bit more like
Savory.
bready and savory than a donut. And you typically eat it in the morning for breakfast with a nice bowl of soy milk.
We usually eat it on weekends. So we're here Friday, the night before, preparing the dough. Or
You make it
something
sound like
that.
we're experts at making youtiao.
We're
We actually
experts.
learned this like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so you start with 250 grams of flour. So that's about 2 of these cups right here. 1 and a 2. And then you add the rest of your dry ingredients. Half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of baking powder. I need to double check and make sure that these are the right ingredient amounts. I'll be right back. Right, it's half a teaspoon of everything.
Okay. No, we're supposed to have it.
Oh no, wait, sorry.
You wasn't even looking at the youtiao recipe.
It's a 4th teaspoon of baking soda. What do you have there?
Baking powder.
It's 1 teaspoon of baking powder, so do 2 of those.
All right.
And then half of a teaspoon of baking soda. That's good enough.
Right.
And
Chop.
then what do? Let's consult the super exclusive girlfriend and boyfriend recipe book on sale at Amazon, $9.99. Just kidding, but maybe someday. Mix dry ingredients, then add egg and half of the water. So
All right,
mix,
it's pretty mixed. Good job.
We got 1 cup of nice cold fresh water.
The egg.
1 egg.
They know what an egg looks like. Okay. Wow, it's a cold egg. Blah. All right. So you want to slowly mix the water just so that you can control the consistency a little bit better. How would you describe this consistency?
It's still pretty dry.
Starting to clump.
Yeah, it's starting to clump a little bit.
There's not really a right or wrong answer. It's just depends on how you like to eat it. If you think it's too soft or too wet, just add more flour. If you think it's not soft enough, just add more water.
The most important ingredient is love.
Oh my god. So I'm like kind of kneading it, but mostly just trying to get the dough off the sides of the bowl.
It's formed into like this very sticky.
Yeah. It's like
This,
sticky and soft.
yeah,
Like
look
you can
at
tell
that.
it's like really sticking to my hand. They literally
This
can't
is what it looks
see anything.
like. So we're gonna put 1.5 tablespoons of oil.
So the reason why you add oil is because you need to let it sit. So all you do is you use the oil, you just put it on the surface.
So it does not
so that
dry
it,
out.
Yes, exactly, so it doesn't dry out.
We will be back in 10 minutes. We're back. It's been 10 minutes and we're ready to unveil the dough. It looks exactly the same. And now we're gonna knead it until it's smooth.
Do you know how to knead?
I don't think I do.
Yeah, so you want to like fold over side and then
Yeah,
punch it down.
It's starting to get a lot smoother.
Yeah. Actually knead it.
And we want to really unstick this thing. Oh, it's starting to get really... I don't think I kneaded this very evenly because it's still quite sticky on the other side.
Did you add oil to your hands?
I did not.
Oh, I don't think it needs that much oil though.
Don't give me too much oil.
Really get inside.
Yeah, you gotta get in there.
Knead. Yeah. I always get so frustrated when I watch you knead dough.
Fold. It's It's not quite lifting. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Let me try.
Oil yourself a little bit because this side is not like, it's not oiled at all.
It is really sticky though. It'll still turn into youtiao. It'll still be edible. Oh. Oh no. All right, this is okay. Larry,
Oh my god.
let's get some oil on the outside
Okay.
because it'll help it from drying out anyways.
Yeah.
Wait, put it here. It'll still work, don't worry.
This is how you're supposed to make youtiao.
Ooh, this is much better.
Yeah, yeah. It just needed like a cup of oil.
Do you want to show what it means for it to be like, what is it called? Smooth?
Yeah. Right. So we're gonna wrap the dough in plastic. So the dough is getting wrapped in plastic. We're wrapping the dough in plastic.
We wrapped it in saran wrap.
It's a nice little bundle of joy. You don't want any air to get through, so we're gonna cover this and we're gonna put it in the refrigerator for 12 hours. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
Bye!
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are here Saturday morning, the morning after, and we're just getting our day started with some beautiful dalgona coffee, per usual. Here is the youtiao dough. It's very important to take it out of the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes before you start cooking with it. We'll see you over at the cooking area. All right, so we are now preparing the dough. And basically what we need to do is get it into strips. How do we do that?
Flour
Flour the surface
and then flatten,
and then flatten your dough.
right?
It's already pretty flat because it's just kind of naturally evolved into this flat shape.
You don't want to like knead it anymore at this point.
Put a little bit of flour on it so that we can actually roll this out into a nice thin shape.
The most important thing is that the bottom is floured so that you don't
It does not stick to the board.
Exactly.
And we're gonna get into like a rectangular
Square.
shape.
Yeah, rectangle.
Fun fact, all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh, the edge is not.
The edge is not floured well enough.
Uh-oh, the bottom too. Uh-oh,
Oh.
Larry!
Oh,
no.
This is the
Wait,
part.
was there flour on the bottom?
There was flour on the bottom, but not enough. This dough is very sticky. This is the part of the broadcast where it cuts out to that.
The most important thing is that the bottom is floured.
I don't know how to fix this.
Let's just do it a little bit. Gotta get a bench scraper to just scrape this roadkill of dough off of our cutting board.
This is a disaster. Uh-oh, shit.
What the heck? This dough is so sticky. Yeah, I think it's fine. All right, here. Let's just pretend this is what the dough looked like before. Okay.
We fixed it.
Now that it's been properly floured, we are going to roll it out into a rectangle. Shirley, do you know what a rectangle is?
I did my best. I did my best with your failure. It's not a rectangle. Because of the weird folding. Now we should turn the oil on and start heating the oil up.
All right, I will do that. So you want to heat up the oil to about 300 degrees. One way to tell that your oil is ready is when it starts to shimmer on the bottom. That probably means it's reached the right temperature.
All right, so next step. Now that
All
we
right.
start the
This is the fun stuff.
oil, we're gonna cut
You cut it in
strips. Maybe like, how big is this? This big.
Oh, also pro
Maybe
tip.
an inch.
Yeah, an inch. Flour your knife. Yeah,
So
about an inch
inch?
thick. Yeah,
an inch.
maybe even a couple of inches.
So we have this, and then you're gonna cut it in half. It's important to have them be two, so flour, and then flour here. Lay them on top of each other. Then you take a chopstick, Last time we wet it in the middle and it was very too sticky. So now we have one ready. All right, let's teach it again.
Okay.
So you start
So-
with a strip.
Yep. And then
You want to flour the
flour
surface.
quite generously.
You can do more than that, probably.
And then cut it in half.
Right.
So-
So the reason why we flour the surface is because we are gonna like lay them on top of each other. And for some reason, if there aren't two, it like doesn't get puffy. And then to get them to stick together, we press the chopstick in,
Right.
and then you kind of squeeze the ends to make
Yeah.
sure they don't come apart. It's really floury.
It's floury. They're all sorts of odd shapes. Shirley, this is a disaster.
I'm not gonna say anything.
You make it.
Make what?
You make all of them.
Don't give up.
I'm discouraged. Okay, we're ready to fry.
You can use one to test.
Grab the tiny one. So you drop it in, and then basically it should start bubbling and it should puff up very soon. So come up to the top. So yeah, our oil is definitely at a good temperature.
When you're making this, you want to keep like turning them or rolling the dough.
So it cooks evenly.
Ideally, what you put it in a little bit straighter than what I did.
That's okay.
It's homemade.
Rustic.
Proof that it's homemade.
Okay,
I don't
that looks about done.
Yeah, so it's
So
kind of
just
like
golden brown, yeah. Okay. All right, let's get cooking. Here's the finished product. This one looks pretty good. This is what you want to see. You want to see nice golden brown, but then you also want to see like bubbles, puffiness. One of the ones that didn't turn out so well is like this, for example, where it's just golden brown on all sides. You want there to be a little bit of puffiness.
That was our Youtiao video.
So, as you could probably tell, things didn't go exactly the way we planned, but overall I thought it was still pretty good.
Yeah, it was still yummy. I think next time we would definitely add a lot more flour. You actually don't want it to be as sticky as we made it, and really make sure that you flour your cutting board when you're preparing it the next morning.
Yeah, it'll make it a lot easier to work with.
If you enjoyed the video, drop a like or a comment below and subscribe to our channel.
See you next time.
Bye! We should probably film this.
It's fine. It's fine. In case
It
you're
looks
wondering
like
what it looks
nothing.
like, it's just a mound of flour with half a teaspoon of salt strewn over it.
I really think the camera is supposed to be on top of the bowl, like every other cooking video.
Do the Youtiao dance.